would like to thank all of you who are here today attending this press conference. I'm Joe Newman, the CEO and the co-founder of the American Basketball Association. As many of you know, the ABA was originally founded in Indianapolis in the 60s. One of the founders was my partner, Dick Tinkham, who also was one of the owners of the Indiana Pacers, and Dick also was the first commissioner of the original ABA. We brought this ABA back in the year 2000 after about 20 years of the league being dormant. And this year actually is the 50th anniversary of the original ABA. Since then, this ABA has grown to be the largest professional sports league in the world and also the most diversified professional sports league in the world. Over 75% of our owners are African Americans, Hispanics, Asians, women, Native Americans, and disabled. When I founded this league in 2000, I said I would not do it unless I could make this an inclusive league, a league of opportunity, and a league where people could work together and show America as America should be, not the way America seems to be with all the divisiveness that exists around the United States today. As you all also know, Indianapolis is the home of the Indianapolis Colts, the Indiana Pacers, the Ice, the Indy 11, the Fever, and is also the home of the NCAA and the home of the Indy Naptown All-Stars, which is a terrific team owned and operated by former NCAA head coach Kevin Jones and Chris O'Bannon, who is kind enough today to be doing a lot of the taping and photographing. And we're also proud to say that the current GM of the Indiana Pacers, Kevin Pritchard, got his start as a player and coach in our ABA, and Scotty Brooks, another NBA head coach, also got his start in our NBA. And we are extremely pleased today to have CeCe Daniels here, and anybody who remembers the original Indiana Pacers, and I know of very few people who don't, is the wife of NBA Hall of Famer Mel Daniels, and he helped make the original Indiana Pacers the great team it was and the ABA champions that they were. Across the United States, the ABA is known for its commitment to community. All of our teams work hard to provide awareness and revenue for thousands of organizations with a primary focus on bullying, teen violence, and veteran support. And that is why all of you have been invited here today to announce the first of a nationwide series of events that combine entertainment with sports and which will benefit local organizations devoted to these three things: bullying, teen violence, and veteran support. As mentioned, this is also the 50th anniversary of the ABA, where the three-point shot, slam dunk, and the red, white, and blue ball found a home. And today, we're also announcing another breakthrough, the first made-for-television and digital age basketball, called First to 50. No more quarters, no more halves, no more deliberate fouls to gain possession. This game is the first game, First to 50, that will have a 3-game format similar to beach volleyball, which you watched in the Olympics, playing a game of 50, 50, and if a third tiebreaker is needed, a game of 21. And we're going to be introducing First to 50 on television on the new FUBU TV network. FUBU TV, many of you probably watched the Shark Tank and Damon Johns. Well, he has extended his reach into television and has formed a TV network that now has the ability to reach 250 million homes internationally through conventional TV and also digital devices. And because this was such an exciting concept, we were contacted by ESPN, and ESPN, because we were weaving the music, rap, hip-hop, urban music, rock, into the actual fabric of our games, ESPN, and we have signed an agreement to carry first to 50 basketball games on ESPN this year. We are going to, on October 22nd, at Shortridge High School, and we're very proud to have Shane O'Day and Kathy Langdon of Shortridge High School here today. We, right in the middle of Indianapolis, 34th and Meridian Street, will be the first to 50 concert, talent showcase, and a 4-game mini tournament featuring the Indianaptown All-Stars, the Kalamazoo Cobras, the West Michigan Lakehawks, and the Kentucky Enforcers playing from Northern Kentucky and Cincinnati. And they will play a game followed by a talent showcase. And following that, we will have a full concert. Before I introduce our next guest, I probably should thank Samantha Schwartz and Corey Bennett from the Plaid Agency who helped put this press conference together. Introduce them. We have Paul Thomas from UMEG, a Grammy-nominated platinum recording artist from Indianapolis who will be handling the concert and the talent showcase. Paul will speak for a few minutes. Not only is he deeply involved in music in the Indianapolis school scene, but he also is very, very strong against teen violence. We are proud to have the 10-Point Coalition here today, Reverend Harrison, who you all see on TV. Bullying is a major problem, and we have established a relationship with Angels and Doves, and Kim Harvey from Angels and Doves is here, and she's conducting a nationwide program to combat bullying. We have Ron White from the American Legion, who has really been instrumental in introducing us to a lot of really interesting and nice people, and he'll say a few words about our contributions, not only awareness of the American Legion, but also our ability to help generate revenue for the American Legion. Everything that we do in the ABA has a simple goal when it comes to community and improving the quality of life, and that is raise awareness and raise money. And awareness without money doesn't really work, and so we always try to attach a dollar revenue or revenue stream to anything we do, because when you have money, then you can conduct your affairs and operate well. Jerry Murphy from the Veteran Support Council of Marion County is here. Jerry, this is a group of 15 organizations that provide housing, jobs, food, money, and a myriad of other services to our much in-need veterans who are not receiving the proper help that they might be getting in a more sensitive society, and the VSCMC certainly does that. We'll ask Jerry to say a couple of words about that. Chris O'Bannon, of course, I mentioned, and he has been invaluable to us. Sheila Garcia from Chris's company is going to be handling the hospitality at the event itself at Shortridge, and Ryan White from Huntsville Printing was kind enough to do a really nice sign here, and I'm not sure if I've missed anybody. Mike Ruggiero is here, and Jerry Kemp is here. Jerry is involved with Ivy Tech and involved in and brought Reverend Harrison here, and Jerry also has his own not-for-profit organization, and I'll see if we can get Jerry up here just for a minute to tell what he does, although he speaks in multiple paragraphs rather than sentences. And I hope I haven't missed anybody. But to me, the fact that we don't have a large press coverage here doesn't really matter. You don't control the press, but the press has told the Plaid Agency, a very professional group, that once they receive the press release, receive some video, that it will be covered. So don't be sensitive about not having that here. We'll get the coverage we need, because that's what we do. So I'm very comfortable that people will know about this. The tickets are now on sale, and that will be covered in the press release on how to buy tickets. And what I would ask each of you is to use your database to spread the word about this, and we'll use social media as our primary source of generating the ticket sales that we need to do. So far, we have not really released it, and only 2 tickets have been bought. Kim Harvey from Angels and Doves bought one, I bought the other, so we'll probably frame our tickets on the wall and hope that she and I don't sit in the stands together alone watching a 12-hour event. If you haven't been to Shorebridge High School, completely remodeled, completely updated, and it is a beautiful facility in the heart of Indianapolis, and so we are extremely proud to be there. Now, I would like to invite Paul Thomas up for a few minutes and just tell what we're going to do as far as the event is concerned for just a few minutes, and then we'll cover a few of the not-for-profits. Paul.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. I'm excited about this. Once again, my name is Paul Thomas. I have a company. My office is right here on Market Street, UMEG, and that stands for United Music Entertainment Group. I do music, of course, films, and different things that pertain to entertainment, the entertainment business, and also the arts. One thing that I also do that I've been doing for the last 2.5 years is I've been running a volunteer program that is called the UMEG Music, Film, and Media Technology School Program that I partnered with Indianapolis Metropolitan High School, which is a new high school over here on Michigan and White River that Goodwill Industries put together. And ironically, I have a 15-year-old, he's 15 now, but he's been playing basketball since he was 10 with the school and also with the AAU. And me and the owner of my building that my studio is in, he also coaches AAU and high school basketball. We were putting together our own AAU team, and I was looking for a practice gym for us to practice at. So when I went to, somebody told me about Indy Met, one of my son's former coaches. I went there and they had music instruments, but no teacher. And the guy who was running the marketing for the school remembered me being a musician and asked me if I could talk to the kids about music. So I got thrown into that, and it developed into a school program. I've been doing it now for 2 years, and also down at my studio. So I got an interesting email from a gentleman named Andrea Taylor, who talked about my program to Harold Whaley, who was one of the owners of the ABA team, and who introduced me to Joe Newman. Ironically, I'm born and raised here in Indianapolis, so I was at the Coliseum and around the ABA, the original ABA with the Pacers from this high. Certainly been around Mel Daniels and Freddie Lewis and Roger Brown and Cecilia Daniels all my life. And so when I got the opportunity to work with this man in this league, it was like a dream come true. Also, and my kids are involved in basketball too. So me and Joe had a meeting one day, and they were telling me about how they wanted to merge the music and entertainment with the basketball games, and I'm like, I got to be involved in this. So putting this First to 50 event together is very exciting for me. I have a band that has, as he said, not Grammy nominated, but I have a double platinum award for doing music. But some of the people that are in my band are Grammy winners, and one of them actually had an Academy Award nomination. Born and raised here out of Indianapolis, by the way. Our band is called Circle City Band, representing the city. And our first record was released back in 1983, and the instrumental track was actually the first theme music for the original BET network that when it first came out back in the 80s. It wasn't even 24 hours. I think all it had was Video Soul and Bobby Jones and a couple of commercials, and it was off the air. But every time the BET logo came on, my music was playing in the background. I'm very proud of that as well. So anyway, that being said, I'm not going to get really long with it, but our band is going to do a full-out concert right after the games, also promoting our new single that will be coming out. I did a commercial spot. I don't know if you'll be able to play it on the screen, but it encompasses some pictures from the old basketball games, the old Pacers and Dr. J, Connie Hawkins, and all of them, and then merged in with the graphics for the first to 50 and the kids as well. And hopefully they'll be showing that, or we can make another one. But I'm excited about this. I'm honored to be working with Mr. Newman and all of you, and also I forgot to mention I'm also on the board of directors of a nonprofit called Rossi, which is Redemption Outreach Services, with Mr. Beatrice Bruno. She's the chairman, and I'm over production and promotion and marketing, which will be involved as well. We have a youth program called Peace Youth Mafia Coalition, which is against teen violence and designed to educate and give job placement training and different things to the kids, and also adults too as well, GED classes. We have a classroom in our building, also at 120 East Market Street. That pretty much covers it for me. Like I said, I'm excited to be involved and glad to meet you all, and let's make this a successful thing nationwide.
And then would like Kim Harvey of Angels and Doves to come up. We have developed a bullying program in the United States, all across the United States, called Bullies Are Cowards. And a lot of NBA, ABA players went into schools with our program, and it was called one of the most effective anti-bullying programs ever. And in many schools, it stopped bullying in just a few minutes, but it was something that was very labor intensive for my teams, and very difficult for the teams to do and still run their basketball operations. And then somehow I ran across Kim Harvey, who has a program called Angels and Doves that is remarkable, and she conducts the program. And took us out of the anti-bullying program, and we now have someone that is handling that for us, and we consider it to be extremely important. Kim.
Thank you. I'm Kim Harvey, and I am the co-founder of Angels and Doves Anti-Bully Program. My mother and I co-founded the charity 7 years ago. I am from Indianapolis. I went to Spring Mill, Northview, North Central, IU, and Bloomington. And 7 years ago, when we started the nonprofit, I started traveling to schools across the country and speaking to try and keep our kids from actually committing suicide, because it is happening. And we're losing them between the cracks because we're not really focusing on the kids who are hurting or crying out for our help. And when kids are being bullied, they are actually crying to themselves. They do not reach out to other people. So there are many, many anti-bully programs all over the country. They're almost like, service stations now. They're like convenience stores. They're everywhere. But I will say this about Angels and Doves. We are passionate, we are fighters, and we are out there. So we're not just a dog and pony show in your school. We're not there to sign a petition. We're not cheerleaders. I actually go in to educate, give the definition of bullying, the 4 types of bullying, show pictures of bullying. We role play with the children. We work with K through 12, again, all across the country. And we educate them and work to intervene in the bullying that's already happening in their school district, and to work further to totally prevent it. We speak in churches. I'm highly active in my church. I've been a youth leader for the last 11 years. I was just featured on TBN Trinity Broadcast Network, which I'm very excited about, out of Santa Ana, California. And I am very blessed to be involved with Joe Newman, with Ron White, with Chris, and everybody sitting in this room. And we're looking forward to having a very successful event, and thank you for being here.
My daughter is the co-owner of the small co-owner of the Naptown All-Stars, and she involved us with her uncle Larry, who happens to be the uncle of her husband. And in speaking with him, he provided security at the games last year. In speaking with him, I found that he also was part of the leadership of VSCMC, which is the Veteran Support Council of Marion County, that really does an effective job with 15 different local organizations, including a tremendous homeless shelter in Indianapolis. And so we decided to get VSCMC in, and Jerry Murphy is here today just for a few minutes. Will tell you what they do and why they are going to be a recipient of our veteran outreach. And I will tell you, we have been working with VSMC, Veteran Supplemental Support Council in California, that impacts 20 million people around the United States, and now we're making it local with VSCMC. Jerry, could you say a couple of words?
Make it a tough act to follow around here. I'll step up here a little bit so the cameraman can be happy. My name is Jerry Morgan, and I'm in a lot of organizations: the VFW, American Legion, Marine Corps League, the UAW, Veterans Council, and stuff like that. But the main thing we do right now, or I try and do, is the MACV, Mayor's Action Coalition for Veterans, and the VSMC, which is the Veteran Support Council of Marion County. But we're actually reaching out into the other counties also. He said we had 15 organizations. It's more like about 40. I mean, we've got homeless people from everywhere. We've got Ivy Tech, we've got Lafayette, we got Martin University, Vets for Vets, Job One. We're really reaching out to a lot of organizations, and we do not have any one person receiving a salary with MACV, not one, or the VSMC. The only bill we have is through HRH, which is Homeless Reentry for Veterans, and the only thing we have there is a phone bill. So we've got phones now directly related to the mayor's office up on the 25th floor. So I'll tell you about one success story that just happened. We had a W-2 veteran, Korean veteran. They were on their way to North Carolina, coming through Indianapolis. Their engine blew up on their truck or vehicle. We've put them up for 2 nights now, and Don, who's one of the co-founders of the MACV and VCS, they drove the family to Richmond. And this was after they got somebody in South Carolina to meet them in Richmond and take them the rest of the way home. I don't know what they're going to do with their car, but we put them up for 3 days, and it's really, this is what we do. We are there to support veterans, and it's just a pleasure to work with this group. I got involved with it about 4 years ago, and that's when I was district commander of the Veterans of Foreign Wars, which is Marion County. And now I'm moving up through the chairs, trying to get a state office, elected office. I just got a letter yesterday in the mail that I've been appointed a national aide-de-camp to the commander-in-chief of the VFW. And, but I'd like to invite all of you to come to the Marriott East, 3rd Tuesday of every month, starting at 1 o'clock. And we start with the VSMC meeting first, and then we go to the MACV meeting. And you'll meet all the people that come in to help us do things. We are a 501 now. We do everything. We take everything through the mayor's office. We got support through the mayor's office, present mayor, and the past mayor. We've got them going. So that's the way we do it, and that's how we do it. So like I said, you're all very welcome to come and sit in on our meeting and see what we are about. Yes, sir.
Can you repeat that, where it is, the meeting?
The meeting will be at the Marriott East, 21st in Stapleton. And we have 2 meetings. And like I said, we've done quite a bit. Joe sat in on a couple of our meetings now, and you're the anti-bullying program, violence thing. Love to see a couple of you guys show up there. And I think you really enjoy it. Thanks, Larry. Thank you.
Going to change the agenda a tiny little bit and ask Reverend Harrison to come up from the 10-Point Coalition. Just a late addition, thanks to Jerry Kemp, that will be a part of this overall program. You will, when he walked in, everybody recognized him. He gets more TV time than I think Andrea Moorhead does on Channel 13. So, he's done such a magnificent job in battling teen and youth violence in this city and stopping shootings that he's taking this nationally, and we're very proud to have it starting in Indianapolis.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much. Just wanted to take a moment to talk a little bit about what we do. Certainly, I'm Reverend Charles Harrison, President of the Board of Directors of 10 Point. Reverend Ellis, Executive Director, is here. We focus on youth violence from the age of 14 to 24, what we call urban gun violence. That age bracket is impacted more than any other age bracket in this country when it comes to gun violence. We're losing about 14 in that age bracket every 24 hours in this country. We focus on 3 primary goals. One is to mobilize neighborhoods around the issue of youth violence. What we do is, our job on the street is we try to redirect the lives of young people and put them on a path of success. We're not the police. We're there as the faith community, and we're trying to redirect their lives. Number 2, we put boots on the ground in these neighborhoods. Ex-offenders, OGs, original gangsters, former gang members, drug dealers who have turned their life around, who still have street cred and are able to interact with these young people in very powerful ways. And then number 3, we focus on addressing root causes. We have to address the root causes. And we have formed partnerships with several businesses, Reese Welding, Williams Trucking Company, Scotty's on Butler campus, and we're going to be making an announcement next week, a new partnership with FedEx to provide several hundred jobs and transportation to get there and back. We're in 3 neighborhoods, Butler, Tarkenton, Crown Hill, and the United Northwest area, and we have now gone 11 months, 10 months, and 10 months without any youth homicides. And in 2 of those areas, we have gone 11 months in Butler, Tarkenton without any homicides, and 10 months in Crown Hill. We believe that this works. And when we become the village and everybody works together, it takes all of us, we can impact violence on the street and give hope to our young people. So thank you, John.
Thank you.
We have a radio show we have to get through, so we don't know what.
And I'm sorry I ignored Reverend Ellis. That was just not really what I would normally do.
He said it all.
But he's that face of 10-Point Coalition, and it's marvelous. People who know me know that I have always felt that gangs, youth violence is a social problem, not a criminal problem, that more police and more policing is not the answer, that opportunity, education, jobs, and a future is the answer. And so when you have this kind of organization that is sensitive to the very people who are the problem, but they are also themselves the solution to the problem, as they've shown in these neighborhoods, then we are a better community, and hopefully that can spread across the country. And now I'll jump back on, and I want to bring up Ron White now. Ron is with Great Causes USA and is deeply involved in the American Legion, but he also is involved in so many other great causes, and he has been instrumental in putting together a really nice network of quality people that have been greatly helpful to us in expanding and creating all the things that the ABA is doing. So Ron?
Thank you, Joe. I'll be really brief. So what we've done is put together a group that meets every Thursday at the American Legion Post 155 in Carmel. And it's companies and organizations and people who really care about veterans and helping veterans. So Kim helps the sons and daughters of veterans with her program. Cars for Heroes, we give away cars to young vets. We're getting ready to do another one. So anything we can think of that to help, and as Joe indicated, it's great to have an idea, but we also bring programs together that generate revenue so we can help our vets. So all of you are invited any Thursday, stop in, we'd love to have you. I think it would be great. So what a great event, and we hope to take this with Joe and go national. Thanks.
Thank you.
I have one more. You'll appreciate this. Okay. The Legion is a bunch of old guys, okay? I'm not old, but they're old, okay? and so what we've done is, I gotta tell the story really quick. We have a new vet who's 100% disabled, warrant officer, who just came back to Indiana. He just started a company called a real estate company, and he's buying houses, fixing them up, and putting veterans, homeless vets up, which is a great program. You guys do this too. The only difference is we've convinced him, because he's a younger guy, we're building, those in the Army, we're building three squads of about 10 to 15 guys, and these are younger vets we'll bring in, give them a place to hang out, and put them to work fixing up houses. So that's what we're doing.
Ron also recognizes that awareness is extremely important, but money makes things happen. So he has helped put together a program called Pay to Save, which is a program designed to generate significant revenues through travel incentives for not-for-profit organizations. So any of you that have a large network of people in a large database could reach out to your database and involve them in the Pay to Save program. There's a free app that is available, and it costs nothing for an individual to have, but he not only by putting the app on gets $50 worth of free travel, but can generate significant revenue for all of the travel he does, whether it goes to Disney World or goes to Las Vegas or just goes on the trip to Kentucky or Chicago. So if you need to reach Ron, this Pay to Save is a way to generate significant revenue for your organization. And then I'm going to now switch again because the school bell rings every so often, and so we do have the principal and the athletic director of Shortridge High School here, and I did want Shane O'Day to come up and say a few words. I was really awestruck. I don't know if you know, Senator Dick Lugar graduated from Shortridge High School, and many of the most notable people in Indianapolis graduated from this school that has a tremendous tradition. And in Indianapolis, you think of Attucks High School because of Oscar Robertson and some of the other greats that came. Well, we are loaded with Shortridge graduates. That school is a gorgeous school, and so I'd like the principal to come up for a minute and just say a few words, because they will be a recipient of some of the revenue that we're going to raise. Thanks, Sean.
Fantastic. Thank you. Appreciate it. So it's an honor and privilege to be here, as well as welcoming ABA. It's pretty exciting. Shortridge High School is Indiana's oldest public high school, established in 1864. We're in its current fourth location. It was actually located right here on this circle when it was first established. It was identified as Indiana High School. Today we know it as Shortridge, named after Abram C. Shortridge. Currently located on 3401 North Meridian Street, it has an illustrious alumni, as Joe said. It's got an incredible record and history of individuals that have not only graduated from Shortridge, but have gone on to shape our communities. They've gone on to do tremendous amounts of service. They've been leaders, both locally, regionally, and nationally. So on behalf of Shortridge, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to welcoming this program. It's pretty exciting for us to be hosting something of this magnitude that truly represents the best of our city. So again, on behalf of Shortridge, we're pretty excited about what the future holds. So thank you, John.
My kids graduated from Cathedral, although one did North Central, but Shortridge is really special, and I was really, had a tour of Shortridge by Kathy, the athletic director, and was very impressed. You will really enjoy it. And now I want to bring up Jerry Kemp. Jerry Kemp is just come back into this, but he has really what amounts to an incredible program of his own called the Updraft, and this also addresses our youth. And I wanted Jerry to just say a few words. Now that's going to be really an interesting situation because I don't know that a few words is part of his vocabulary, but you'll love what he's doing, how he's doing it, his reach, and he will be and always is a valuable asset to the ABA and to me. Jerry?
Thank you, Joe. I'm going to do my best to keep this brief. I'm really honored to be here, actually. I'm humbled by all the, I mean, really, when you say the word luminary, it's like, whoo, it's bright in here. So, first thing I wanted to mention was the updraft basically means a warm wind beneath their wings. That's what we are trying to do. Help everybody rise and fly. What we discovered in the past 3 years in our research, we originally started trying to help kids, mainly kids who were foster kids and very poor children. The Updraft, the full name is the Updraft Supplemental Scholarship Project, because we wanted to supplement those kids in the 21st Century Scholars Program, if you've heard of that, started by Evan By in the early 1990s, and the gentleman, Philip Seabrook, who helped him implement the program around the entire state, is the guy that helped us design our programs. But we discovered that the kids were not succeeding once they got into college as well as they had in high school. And then we started doing the research. It took us 3 years to figure this out, so it's not like we figured it out overnight. We figured out that what was the problem was mainly the environment and the lack of social skills and social knowledge, whereas people talk about privilege and that sort of thing right now, but the pass down of multi-generation, intergenerational knowledge is extremely important for children to learn about things like economics and how social systems work. Right now in Indiana, we have over 335,000 children living in poverty. 335,000. That would be 40% the size of Indianapolis, just the kids. 80,000 more than our second largest city. It would be our second largest city. Poor kids. Not even half the parents. And then we discovered, doing all this research, that 55% of their parents don't even have a high school education. So then we went and we found out that we really don't even have an educational system that's current. Our current educational system was designed for the Industrial Revolution. Before that, people knew some about economics because they had to get up and go out and get in the field, and everything they did related to eating and surviving and paying the bills. But after the Industrial Revolution, the separation of the two systems, social systems and economic systems, wasn't even taught in school. So now people don't have an understanding of how economics works. And then our current education system is like an escalator to college. But about 50% of the kids don't want to go to college. And then in poorer communities, even less. So you end up, if you don't go to school, then you're truant. So our solution for truancy is to put kids in detention even farther away from the social system. So if you go to McDonald's and you get a McJob, they give you a McOrientation. They tell you how we do things around here. Our society isn't doing that. So what we have come up with is the Updraft's Successful Social Entry and Professional Development Program. And what we did is it's like a college course. The first thing we teach is social orientation, how to have mutually beneficial relationships, how that works. Because once you become an outcast, you become an outlaw, you're basically a feral human. We discovered that of those 335,000 kids and their parents who are undereducated, they're also in the digital desert. They can't use computers. You can't even fill out a paper application anymore. So now they're locked out like wolves in the woods, coming and feeding on the village to survive. So that causes more recidivism. So poverty is the issue, undereducation, and lack of how the system works. So we included that in our program. There's only 3 parts. Social orientation, once we do the college instruction course part, then we do integration and immersion, where they have to raise money for nonprofits, and they also have to bring customers to new businesses. During that, it's a 12-week course. It's kind of like, I guess you call it basic training for society. When they're learning and they're meeting 50 to 150 nonprofit executive directors, development directors, volunteer people, they learn where all the services are and where all the goods are. So that if I need shoes, I can call Bill. I know Bill. I raise money for him. We had an ex-robber increase revenue for a nonprofit by 70%. An ex-armed robber increased revenue by 70% for a nonprofit. We also had another armed robber, and all this happened in less than 12 weeks. Also, an ex-armed robber got offered an assistant manager's job because we teach them things like strategic business planning. They're talking about SWOT analysis and things like that when they're talking with business owners. So they meet 50 to 150 nonprofit people in charge, and 50 to 150 business owners, hiring managers, marketing and sales professionals. So now your network, and 70% of all jobs come from who you know. So we actually set up a new network. That was the missing piece in what is called the re-entry program, when people get out. Re-entry implies you've entered. We discovered people never entered. So that's why we have a social education program, integration and immersion. So once you know what all the services are, you can get them without robbing anybody. Then you develop your network of real people who are already successful, and now you're off and running. The only thing that really matters is results. In Bloomington, Indiana, peaceful Bloomington, we had the 2nd worst recidivism rate in the whole state in 2012. We started the program in 2013. In Marion County, 46% of the people got out, committed another crime. In Monroe County, almost 44% of the people got out and committed another crime. 2nd worst. In the last 3 years, we had our people through the program, and instead of 1 out of 2 people committing a crime, we had 0 crimes for 3 years. Because now people know how this works and they have connections. So that's what we're doing. We have made an arrangement with with Ivy Tech, so we can use all their campuses. But I'd like to talk to some of you about having the programs at some of your locations too, because we're looking at this, what we call it is the team of doctors approach. If you go to the hospital, they don't just give you one doctor and he takes care of your brain and your feet and your elbow and everything else. You give the people what they actually need. Well, I've talked the whole thing down here. Joe was right, but I'd like to talk to everybody about that, because we found that Indiana, the community college system, I have the top 100 Department of Labor grants we went through, and of the first $250 million, $250 million, Indiana got 0. So I've gone to Ivy Tech, and we're going to be working with them, but all of your programs can share in that team of doctors approach, because they love train the trainer systems. So if we can work together and train people to train other people and take it viral. The first one here is $24 million, the grant. My program does not use anywhere near that. So we need to share the revenue and work together. That's what I'm trying to help nonprofits do now. So if that makes sense, let's all get together, take this nationwide. We can do this in every state. California's already gotten over 50 million. Ohio, right next door, 43 million. Everybody but Indiana. So Ivy Tech's ready to go. Let's all go help them get the money. Let's all share the money.
admit, we have a lot of things working in Indiana, and in Indianapolis, and my goal is to take, see that, he could talk that off the wall. Okay. Also, we really do want to thank Monique Edwards and Granite City for having this press conference here today. They've been very kind and nice and greatly appreciated. I had an opportunity today through Ron White to meet Mike Ruggiero. Mike has just produced a new film called The Dream Maker of Basketball Revolution. And once they hit the court, they changed the game for good. It's a new documentary. Mike is over here, and that will be coming out this fall and running internationally. And we're going to see what we can do to weave Mike and his great ATV broadcast organization into the fabric of the ABA and its overall marketing. So with that, I don't think I missed anybody. Want to mention Ryan?
One more thing, Joe. He does a lot of work. He's on the board of Brazil Sanders did the game last year.
Yeah, he's into the community, and if you notice, the fact is that even in this press conference, diversification becomes a critical element with us. And so I'm going to ask all of you that once this is over and I send you an email that you'll put out through your database. We have 2,000 tickets, 1,998 left, and put out to your database. It's a day for $25 that you'll get 3 wonderful basketball games, a wonderful talent showcase showing the best of Indiana. If you watched America's Got Talent last night and you see all of this young talent that is available, and Paul's going to be bringing some of that there, and then a full-fledged concert for $25. And so much of that money will be going to support the great causes we have here today. And if we make it successful, then there'll be 2, 3, 4, 5 through our 109 cities. And the awareness of all of these wonderful organizations and the revenue that we can generate is just absolutely incredible. And collectively, will be NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, National Hockey League like. Thank you, Ryan, also for doing this pretty sign we'll take with us. You can carry it back, and I'll call you when we need you. Which we'll have at the game. And Monique, again, thank you, and Kyle for doing this. And then today, also, I want to thank Michael from the recorder and a photographer that is here today. Sirius Media, and I might tell you, a black medium showed up today because there's just something about that and their willingness to reach out. So you can tell them down there how much we appreciate your being here today, Corey, and also Samantha, thank you. And with that, if anybody has any questions, doubtful, then let's wait till you get an email from me, put this word out, sell 1,998 tickets. And thank you all for coming today. Thank you, Chris.